Hey, what's going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and today we're talking about tracking iPhones. Can someone actually track your iPhone? And if yes, which are the ways in which someone can actually track your device? And also, what can you do to prevent it? What can you do to actually remove anything that is being basically allowing someone to track your iPhone? There are actually a few different ways in which someone can track your iPhone, track your location. So you need to know about those, be aware, and make sure that no one will be able to track your iPhone or your location. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to ask you guys for a really quick favor. Most of you guys that watch my videos are still not subscribed to the channel, so if you enjoy the videos and you find them helpful, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It will really help the channel a lot. Now, we're starting things off with 3 different ways, which I believe are the main ways in which someone can actually track your iPhone, basically track your location. Now, one of them, there's actually very common, is a shared Apple ID. So when you go to your settings, at the top of your settings app, you will have your Apple ID there, and then underneath it you will have a list like this where you will see all the devices that are logged in into that Apple ID. Now, what you can do if you have a device on the same Apple ID, you can simply go ahead and go to the Find My app, and you will be able to view the location for all the devices that are connected to that same Apple ID. It is actually very simple to go ahead and track someone's location, even see their messages and everything that is enabled on iCloud. Everything can be seen on other devices as well, but I will show you guys a solution on how to remove those devices in a minute here. The next thing will be tracking apps. There are like spy apps and apps like that will allow you to track the location of the device. Now, with those apps, you will have to, of course, have those apps installed on the device that you're tracking. So someone who has physical access to your device might just install one of those apps on your device and then maybe hide it, like remove it from the home screen. It will be on the app library. On the app library, you will just see a few apps here. Don't see every app that is actually within a folder. So like that, you might have an app installed that you don't even know about, and that app might be used to track your location. Now, the third thing will be third-party app store apps. So there are like app stores where you can get different like modified apps and hacked apps. I don't suggest you do that. I don't suggest you install any of those apps on your device because they might be tracking your device, but I will show you guys how to actually check for those apps in a minute here. So these are basically the 3 main ways in which someone can track your device and your location. And now let's get into the solutions for each of those. First of all, for shared Apple IDs. So if you have a device logged into an Apple ID and someone else is also using the same Apple ID on their device, then they will be able to view your location and all sorts of data that you have on your iCloud. Now, what you want to do, of course, the simple solution is just to remove that device that you don't want to have no longer on your Apple ID. You go to the Apple ID at the top of your settings app, you find the device on the list there, and just tap remove from account. Now, the trick here is that if someone has your Apple ID, you've shared it with someone, they have your Apple ID and the passcode, they will be able to just simply log in again and then also again view your location and all of your data. Now, what you need to do in this case, after you have removed that device from your Apple ID, make sure you go back here and change the password for your Apple ID. So under your Apple ID, you will have sign in and security here. What you can do is change the password under security, and of course make sure you have turned on 2-factor authentication so the other person can no longer have access to your Apple ID and sign in with the old password and view your location and data. And that's the solution that you have for anyone tracking your device using the same Apple ID as you. Now, the second thing we talked about are tracking apps. These are apps that will be installed on your device, and then they will be able to track your location. Well, we have solutions for that as well, of course. Now, the first thing you need to do, not just for those apps, but for any other app that you have on your device, is go under privacy and security. And when you go here, go to location services and make sure you check here the list of the apps that have access to your location. Just check everything here, make sure that only the apps that you want to be here are here and have your location. Even for a lot of apps here, I would suggest you don't use precise location. If you're not using an app for navigation and things like that, you basically don't need the app to have your precise location. So make sure you go here and check if you see any app that shouldn't be on this list. And of course, make sure you turn off the location services for that app, and of course even delete the app completely from your device. Now, these apps that will track you, of course, they will use location services on your device, and you probably know, if you have been using the iPhone for a long time, the location services do actually use a ton of battery. So another thing that you can do to find those kind of apps is go under the battery section here and check the battery usage from your apps. The apps that use the most battery will be at the top, and one of those apps that will be tracking you will be at the top if it's actually doing it, because it will consume a ton of battery. That way you will find it and just go ahead and completely delete it from your device. And last but not least, are what I talked about, the third-party app stores, basically modified apps, hacked apps, even the apps that are not modified, but they're just outside of the app store, can be apps that might track your location. Now, the way to spot those apps, and first of all, you don't install those apps on your device at all. That's the best thing to do. Make sure you stay away from those kind of apps. But if you have any one of those apps installed on your device, you need to look for two things. First of all, the device overheating. The apps that have basically things that are working in the background, processing something in the background, they will heat up the device a lot, because there's always something going on in the background of your device. So make sure you check your device for overheating. And also, just like for the spy apps that we talked about, check the battery usage. If you see an app there using a ton of battery, but you know you're not using the app a lot, it's very suspicious, because the apps that you use a lot during the day, of course, will be at the top of the list, but there might be apps that you're actually not using a lot during the day, but they're still there at the top of the list, meaning that those apps are working in the background. So that's basically it for this video, guys. These are the ways in which someone can track your iPhone, track your location. Of course, I showed you guys the three main ways here that I think are the most common ones, and that can actually happen on real life. And of course, every solution for those, what you can do, how to prevent it, how to stop it, and of course, how to detect if someone is actually tracking your device and your location or not. So that's basically it for this video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video and you find it helpful. If you did, please make sure to hit the subscribe button. It will really help the channel a lot. And of course, smash the like button on this video, and I'll see you on the next one.